Once again, really nice to hear some of your views. However, I want to draw attention to two. One was I think, a very hurried comment about the awful terrorist incident in Istanbul on a street that I know, and I think one should be careful about making light of other people's misery. And on that point, I should also point out that while it's important to have debate, it is important to be considerate. And the other point is from a person called Tony15. I'm going to read it out. It's such a good line. Thank you. We Albanians helped Albert Einstein to migrate to America with an Albanian passport. I work as an electrician in the night shift at the National Grid power station at Ashford. Am I a criminal as well, Nigel? Have you forgotten how Albanian partisans fought with British SOE in the Balkans to defeat the Nazis during World War II? Some were trained here in Britain. Albanians hid and saved Jewish citizens from the Holocaust. God bless England. I think in the enthusiasm to support the Home Secretary's views, which will receive no support from me at all, but in their effort to make the case, some people who are adding comments, which I appreciate, though I disagree with most of them, some people perhaps have forgotten their history and have forgotten not only the role that Albania played in helping to defeat the Germans during the Second World War, but also in our shared history. We gave sanctuary to the Albanian royal family. In turn, we have a shared history. In 1848, Edward Lear travelled to Albania and was enchanted with the place. He had an Albanian servant for the rest of his life, Giorgio Kokalis. And he went from Albania to the Isle of Wight, where he taught the Queen Victoria, how to paint. He stayed on the Isle of Wight with Lord Tennyson and his wife. Edward Lear is one of the great icons and one of the great gentlemen of Victorian history. Born in her reign, died in her reign. A remarkable man. And defined in so many ways by his love of Albania, of Italy, of Greece, of Turkey. And yet he never stopped being British. He never stopped being English, very English. I think we are sliding into somewhere where our own principles and our own ideals are getting lost in a rhetoric which is vindictive and nasty. And we need to pull back from it. And I'm very impressed by the fact that His Royal Highness, the Crown Prince, Prince Leka, was prepared to speak out and to voice his concerns, and that our own ambassador in Albania was prepared to voice his concerns. The ambassador specifically said that he was disappointed in the language that the Home Secretary has used. That language is inflammatory. As I've said, goes beyond xenophobic, and I think touches on racism, and we should know better. But thank you so much for all these comments, and for keeping these subjects alive. And for those of you who wonder why I support views which, why I give a sort of thumbs up to views which I'm unlikely to agree with, it's because I want to get this debate going. The debate is more important than sloganizing, and I would like to see people engage in that debate rather than scream at each other.